Hello! Welcome back to my channel. This is the start of a reading vlog and writing vlog. Today we're off to write some more. So I'm currently making breakfast for the toddler who's watching Mulan 2. Well, supposed to be watching Mulan 2. She is currently, as you can see over there, hanging out, waiting for me to get her breakfast. But I have, no, I'm making things. So essentially, what has been going on in my writing is almost nothing. I have finished like 25, I'd say, scene cards for Project O, which is kind of a big deal because that means that I'm kind of at the point now that I need to start putting the scene cards in order, because I was just doing like big parts that I knew I wanted in. So now I gotta start putting the scene cards in order and go ahead. I'm making it. Gotta start putting the scene cards in order and go ahead and fill in the gaps with the scenes that need to be done. So that is what we will be working on this week. My hope is to have all the scene cards, aka that's how I'm outlining this project, because I found girlfriends. That's what seemed the most logical to my brain when I was doing some of my research. So that is the move we are making today. I also have to go pick up a Maya order because it was baby week once again. So I got, if you have kids, and if you're not from the Midwest you wouldn't know, but if you have kids and you're from the Midwest, there's this place called Meijer. It's just a like grocery store, Kroger, Publix, stuff like that. They have a baby week very often where if you go onto their app and you have extras, you can get excellent deals. Like excellent deals on baby stuff. So I did that and we have to go pick that up today. My husband is also picking up my Omnipod today because that is a new thing that I'm doing, and that's super exciting for me. So that's gonna make my life a whole lot easier. I have my Dexcom in, which is new. I got a new Dexcom and I'm super excited about it. So yeah, those are the moves for today. I have 2 videos to film. I gotta film the intro and some narration parts for my Cleveland vlog, which will probably already be up by the time this goes live, and my reading for I'm going to do a reading vlog for this last week in March as well. So I will see you when I start those. Okay, so just ignore the mess behind me. That's just going to be a rule for the rest of the video. So I am combining my reading and writing vlogs this week because it is the last week of March. It is currently March 27th, 10:46 a.m. and it's been an interesting couple of months. So February I read nothing. My daughter was in the pediatric ICU. It was a whole thing. She had to have surgery. She's good now. She's itty bitty, but she's good. And so that's good. But that took up pretty much all of February between actually being in the ICU, getting her better, focusing on her, that kind of thing. And then most of March has been recovering from that. Like had a whole stay at Ronald McDonald House. It was a whole thing. So March, I have finished 2 books. So I finished none in February and I finished 2 in March so far. And let me see, hang on, let me bring up my story graph. I am 14 books behind schedule for me to hit my 101 books per year goal. Now, that's not to say that I haven't been reading, because I currently have 9 books I'm in the middle of. 9. And next month is G from Book Roast's Magical Readathon, which I want to participate in. So the goal this week is going to be to finish as many of those 9 books as possible, so that I can kind of start from scratch, because it's not that I'm not liking them, I'm just like, I've been feeling very bored recently, and so I just keep picking up new books. So I currently have 2 audiobooks on the go. I'm 16% of the way through Some Girls Bite by Chloe Neal, and 17% of the way through The Awakening by Nora Roberts. And then on my Kindle, I've got 2 more books. So maybe I'm only 2 or 3. 3 more books. So I am, hang on, 6% of the way through The Paper Magician, which also has narration. I am 40% through Sing You Home, and I am 26 Sing You Home's by Ava Hunter, and then I'm 26% of the way through Trial of Thorns by Stacey Trombley. So it's these 3. I just clicked on the one in the middle just because. Physically, what I am reading is My Contrary Mary by the Lady Janies, which is Cynthia Hand, Brody Ashton, and Jody Meadows. I have The Dark Days Club by Allison Goodman. I have The Project by Courtney Summers. This is my oldest going one, and I mean, I'm solidly through it. How far along am I? 104 pages into that one. And Soundless by Rochelle Mead, which I am, oh, that's upside down. Some amount of the way through, but I can't currently find my bookmark. But Soundless by Rochelle Mead. Dark Days Club, I am 42 pages into, and My Contrary Mary I'm the farthest into, because I am 388 pages into this. So this is definitely one that I can finish. So I really want to, I think my top priorities are going to be my audiobooks, so that I can get some stuff done around the house, because we went to Cleveland this weekend, and I've got a bunch of stuff to put away and stuff like that. And then this for sure, because I'd love to finish another physical read. And then probably Sing You Home by Ava Hunter on my Kindle, because I'm 40% of the way through that. So I think those are going to be the 2 that I finish first. And then kind of go from there. So I have 7 days left on my Chloe Neal book and 10 days left on my Nora Roberts book. So I want to finish those both this week. So that I can, when they return to Libby, they're done and it's fine. So yeah, that's the plan this week, in addition to writing, in addition to editing and posting my Cleveland vlog, which will hopefully be up. I will link it in the cards if it is. And taking care of my kids and taking care of me and just trying to be a good human being. So I apologize for my glasses in this clip. I probably should have done that because I have the window open, so the reflection is ridiculous. But babies are napping currently. I would say I'm gonna read, but I think I'm actually gonna take a nap and then read. So I will see you later. Okay, so it is later in the afternoon. It is currently 1 o'clock. My husband just left. He came home for lunch. He works really close, which is really nice. So he brought us McDonald's, and Evie is chowing on chicken nuggets and watching Rhea and the Last Dragon while Maggie is in her swing just hanging out. This is the only place she's happy right now, which is kind of the best. So we moved it out of her room and now it's sitting in our living room, so she's just swinging away. Okay, and now I am getting onto not Hoopla. I need to get onto Libby, and I think I'm going to go ahead and start reading. I'm going to start listening to Some Girls Bite by Chloe Neal. And it says I have 9 hours and 24 minutes left. However, I'm listening to it at 1.75 speed, so that's not true. So I'm gonna listen to this, do dishes, and I'm making myself coffee. And yeah. I'm making my coffee, but I realized I did not tell you what this book was about. So Some Girls Bite is Chloe Neal's first series, and I have read, if you remember the What's New at the Library series, I read the Kit Brightling series, which is written by the same author. Oh goodness. The baby has the hiccups and she's angry about it. So I read the Kit Brightling series and I really, really enjoyed it. So I decided to go ahead and start the second series by the same author. Or well, technically her first, but my second series by her. And it's called the Chicagoland Vampire series. It's about a woman named Merritt. She was a grad student going for literature, and she gets changed into a vampire, and it's about the politics of that. It's in a world where people actually know vampires exist. There's vampire houses. That's a whole thing. She was almost murdered, then get changed into a vampire. That all happens in the first few pages, so you know that. Yeah, so it's just about her journey. Thus far, it's getting kind of interesting. I'm not super far into it. Now that I've finished my chores, I am 8 hours and 52 minutes left, so 2 hours and 20 minutes into it. And I really enjoy it. I think it's really fun, and I can't wait to see what happens. Though writing is definitely less sophisticated than that of Kip Brightling. It's not as nuanced. Don't love Merritt as a character yet, but I can see her potential, so I'm really excited. I don't know how many books are in the series or anything like that. I just wanted to test the first one and see. She's very angry about her hiccups. I'm gonna go check on her in just a second, but yeah, so I'm gonna drink my coffee and probably sit down and physically read until I get a notification from Meyer that I can go pick up our groceries and hang out with my babies and probably do flashcards with Evie. So yeah, I'll see you in a little bit. Hello. So it is now 4:40. I have a second cup of coffee. We just got home from running errands. I've officially picked up all of the Myers stuff. The girls took a nap in the car, so we were in the car for a while. I'm now at 40% of Some Girls Bite, which is excellent. Sorry, I was looking at the viewfinder. So that's fun. We are gonna go to the park tonight with Evie because she loves to swing, so we'll see how that is. Sorry, Lauren Norris is on in the background. Love that girly. Could not be more different from me. Obsessed with that girly. And this is super exciting. Well, it's probably not super exciting for normies, but I got my mommy pad. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be back on an insulin pump. I was on the Tandem T2 if you're type 1 diabetic or an insulin dependent diabetic. You know what that is. There's a tube involved in that one, and there was no way that I was going to be able to wear that one again because Evie would have pulled the tube, and that rips the catheter out of your skin. So I've got my, you can't even see it, got my Dexcom already. It's working beautifully. I was a little low, that's why I'm drinking another cup of coffee, because caffeine does change my blood sugar. But yeah, the Omnipod looks like that. I'm so excited. I'm so excited! So I can't decide if I'm gonna set it up today or set it up tomorrow. And I don't know how much reading I'm gonna get done tonight, but I got a couple more chapters done in my Contrary Mary as well. And she might have just mentioned Jane Eyre. But either way, was it Jane Eyre? No, it was Jane Grey. It doesn't matter. She mentioned a Jane from the other books and I'm kind of obsessed with it. So I'm going to go finish watching my YouTube video and maybe read some and play farm animals with Miss Evie, who is carrying around a horse and a cow all day today. What do you have in your hand? You have a cow? Cow? So I'm gonna do that, and now it looks like my mother-in-law is also gonna come to the park with us. So yeah, I will check in with you later if I've done more reading. Okay, so I've officially finished the first book of this vlog, which is My Contrary Mary. It was good. I'm gonna give it, I think, a 3.5. I didn't love it as much as I loved the Jane books. I'm debating on a 4 though. It's anywhere, maybe it's a 3.75. Because I loved the end. The end was really good, and they gave Mary Queen of Scots a much better ending than what happened in real life, which was really, really sad and I hated. But this had a good ending and I really liked it. And actually they brought in Jane Grey in the end of this book, which I really loved. It is a spoiler, but not really, because you don't know what she does. Plus it's about Eden. It's about the same type of people. Well, maybe that's a spoiler, but I have 47 subscribers, so I'm not really worried about it. But it's good. You should definitely read it. So this is done, and on to the next. Hello, coming to you from a super flattering angle. So it is 12:28, and look how cute me and my husband are. That's our wedding day. I love that picture. I wish it would focus. It's been a day. So girls are actually in nap time. Maggie's sleeping. Evie's playing in her room. Either way, she knows nap time is from noon to 2. Nap time. Well, she's going to know it because we are starting a new routine. Anyway, I have not read a single bit today, so that's fun. I did get a little bit more reading done last night. I also realized I didn't tell you what My Contrary Mary was about. Did I? Maybe, possibly. I haven't edited this video yet, so I don't know. Anyway, it's a retelling of Mary Queen of Scots, but there's supernatural elements. It's a whole series. The first part is about Jane's. Yeah, either way, I enjoyed it. That's done. My goal today is to hopefully finish Some Girls Bite. So I think I'm gonna make lunch, and then while listening to that for myself, and then maybe finish Sing You Home, which I'm not loving, but also I'm already I'm like 48% into it, and so I feel like I need to finish it because I need to finish a lot of books right now, and since I've already put the time into that one, I might as well finish it. Not loving it, but it's not horrible. So yeah, I'm gonna make lunch and then I'll update you. Okay, so I actually did a terrible job and I did not read. I think I read for about 5 minutes. Don't mind my dog drinking in the background. Read for about 5 minutes. Listened to my audiobook for about 5 minutes. And then I dropped off and I've had a migraine. So that was fun. So when my husband got home, I ended up sleeping. And now it's about 9:30 at night and I'm feeling significantly better. I don't remember to look in the camera, not in the viewfinder. So I'm gonna be reading The Project by Courtney Summers, which I'm not doing great with, don't love. But I'm gonna try to get a little bit further in that and then kind of switch on and off between that and Soundless by Rochelle Mead, which I do really like and I'm excited. So both of those are physical reads because that's kind of how I'm in the mood to read, not really in the mood to listen or anything like that. So hope that my headache stays gone. I'm gonna grab some food and then I'm gonna go read in bed. Hello, welcome to Wednesday. So it is 11:07. Yesterday I didn't get a ton of reading done. I got about 5 minutes in my audiobook, and then I did probably about 50 pages between The Project by Courtney Summers and Soundless by Rochelle Mead. Then this morning I've listened to some more of Some Girls Bite, and I've read some more of The Project. I think I'm gonna mostly read physical. Evie is currently watching The Princess and the Frog. Maggie is in her swingy. So I'm gonna make some coffee, listen to my audiobook while I make some coffee and do these few dishes, and then probably sit and just read The Project. So yeah. Welcome back to the kitchen, to my massive kitchen. I just haven't moved the camera all day. Yes? You want another apple? Apple has been safely delivered. So I finished Chloe Neal's Some Girls Bite. Did not realize how long that series is. I think it's like 13 books and like 4 or 5 novellas. So that's gonna be interesting to get through, and that was a commitment that I made for myself. I enjoyed it. I gave it a 4.25 stars. It felt a little bit better than a 4, but I didn't feel like knocking it up to a 4.5 because I don't feel like it was in that category. But I really liked Merit. I like Merit just a little bit less. What? I like Merit just a little bit less than I like Kit Brightling, who is Chloe Neal's second series character. But I do enjoy her, and I enjoy the route that this is taking. The house system, I think, is very interesting in the way that vampires are structured. Them being out into the world, but not out into the world for a really long time. Yeah, I just find it really interesting, and some commentary that she puts in about antiquated ideas when it comes to vampires living in the normal world and things like that, and I really, yeah, I enjoyed it. It was good voice. I didn't like who the narrator was, but I kind of just have to get over that, because these are older books, so there's like, the narrator was who the narrator was, not the voice I would have had in my head for Merit and other people, but yeah, it worked out. It was still a good read. And now I am reading The
Project by Courtney Summers, and I am enjoying this a lot more than I was when I first started reading it. I am more into it. I have just hit part 3. So I am on page 187. So I'm about halfway through it. And I'm actually enjoying it. It's interesting, blurring lines, kind of getting into the mindset of cults and things like that. It is kind of freaky, to be honest, psychologically freaky, just because thinking of falling into this cultish mindset and how you're accepting things the way that Lo is accepting things, but she's like not accepting. It's so confusing how to explain this book without like A, spoiling it, but B, like still trying to fully understand it myself. So I'm hoping to get to at least page 200 in this today. If I can get further, that would be amazing, but I do have the beginnings of a headache once again, so that's super fun. So I will update you either later tonight if I get to a point that I feel like I can, or probably tomorrow. But as of right now, the project is probably 3 stars, and I'll let you know if that changes. Good morning. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. It's officially Thursday. Don't mind my Omnipod bags in the background. This morning I got ready and made breakfast for the bean and made it to 25% in my audiobook, The Awakening by Nora Roberts. That is a it's like an Irish, this girl lost her dad, like physically lost, doesn't know if he's alive or dead, doesn't know where he is, and he is from Ireland. She found out he was stashing away money for her that her mom hid from her. She takes it, she goes to Ireland. There's some kind of magical thing going on and it involves dragons. Really good. I'm really liking it so far. Breen is a cool character, and I'm excited to kind of see where this ends up. About a character device related to, there's a drag queen named Sal who I'm obsessed with, and Marco is her best friend, and yeah, they're great. It's wonderful. Okay. Then, actually yesterday, before the migraine took over, I was able to get to page 266, which means I only have 100 pages left in the project by Courtney Summers, which I'm very excited about. This is sitting definitely more at a 4 now, I feel like. It's a little hard to get into, so there's a lot of like time jumps. The good thing about the time jumps though are, because you're like going back and forth, it's dual timeline. The good thing about the dual timeline though is it's 2 different people, so you're following both the sisters, so you're following Lo and you're following Bia. And so it's definitely gotten very interesting. It's kind of a mind frazzle, like it is interesting, and like getting to the mindset of like these cults and how you end up in them and why, and the idea of grief, and not only grieving people but grieving things, and not as much of a commentary on God as I feel like a lot of people would think, because it is a religious cult. But yeah, so far it's sitting at a 4. I have 100 pages left. I want to finish this today, and then I want to get my butt into Soundless. So I'm hoping to finish these 3 books, and then that'll put me at a total of 7 for the month, which is not where I want to be, but seeing as I've just been mostly reading this month, and I've got a lot of April plans. So the project, The Awakening, and Soundless are my 3 goals for today and tomorrow. And I have about 300 pages left physically, and it says 11 and a half hours, but I'm listening to it at 1.75 speed, so it won't be 11 and a half hours. Yeah, and the reason I got ready today, and I did dark, I don't know if you can see, dark gold and black makeup, and I'm wearing black. I am filming my Heeeellloooo April TBR today, and I'm super excited. So yeah, this is my character. She is a
earthling, a water earthling from Dark Meadows. So I will do more. That video will be up before this one, so you can go check it out. I'm going to be a dream walker, so I have a lot to read. I have a ton to read in April. I've got some really cool plans, so I really want to get these 3 books done so that I can kind of start fresh. I have one more physical book, but that's actually going into a different vlog, I think, because I've decided on something. And then, yeah, my Kindle books, I'm just gonna have to figure it out, because I'm focusing mostly on physical books for the next month, probably. So, yeah, that's where we're at, and I will keep you updated while the bean watches Encanto and I drink my smoothie for the morning, or my protein shake for the morning. I think I'm gonna sit and read. So it is 12:08 and I finished the project. I think I'm giving it a 3.5, maybe 3. I'm giving it a 3. The beginning was slow, but I ended up getting really into it. The ending for me was very lackluster. Like, I feel like it built up to this whole thing and you don't find out as much as I'd like you to find out, and I want to know more, and I feel like some of the beginning parts could have been skipped in order for you to have more in the back end, or just be a longer book. I think it could have been a longer book. I didn't love it, which surprisingly, Meg with books absolutely loves this book, and so that's why I was hoping I would love it. But also, this isn't my normal genre. Like, I'm not a contemporary horror reader, like that's not really my thing. It was very interesting to kind of see the inner workings of a cult. It made me angry, which was like good. Like, that's part of the reason it's getting a 3, and I'm thinking of bumping up to a 3.5, because it made me angry. Like, it legitimately like made me feel stuff. So that's awesome. But yeah, it was just good. It was just good. So the project by Courtney Summers is done. On to Soundless by Rochelle Mead after I film a video.